because I'm sure they all think we're somewhere else. What's going on, Stephen? Smoky Joe Barbecue, good to see you. Sorry we're late. We'll talk about that in just a minute. 20 minutes late.
Hey, Jace.
Jace, Elvin, Rick's Barbecue and Specialties.
Oh, Elvin.
Robert, good to have you. Hope everybody's doing all right. We'll let some more folks get in here. We have had a time tonight getting on the live stream. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Joe, good to have you. Yeah, I bet. I'm about ready for some liquor after all that stuff that we just went through to get on. Maybe y'all can give me some advice on that. Mark, how's it going? Rick's Barbecue and Specialties. My turn on the hot seat tomorrow night. Congratulations. You'll have a good time with it.
First on all 3 feeds, Stephen.
Stephen, you the man. First of all, Stephen, I'm glad you've been getting some good news on your with your doctor's visits and stuff, man. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. John, good to see you. Pickles Barbecue, good to see you. My beer supply getting low too.
Oh gosh.
Writing a 10-page paper for my MBA class right now. Wow. I've been through that, Jace. That's no fun. I ended up having to do a 42-page portfolio at the end, which was not fun at all. So well, it was not in business administration, but we appreciate you, man. Stephen, glad everything's going well, man. Yeah, Mark, I apologize to all you guys. We're finna let you guys know what's been going on. No, Gary, you right on time because we were late, so you're getting in right when we get started. Anyway, you know, folks that come back and watch it, you'll get to see what's been going on. But first of all, I hope the live feed is looking better and sounding better. So y'all let us know what it looks like and what it sounds like on y'all's end. Surely it's got to be better. If it's not better than what it was, then somebody's finna bleed because I've had enough. But it's clear like it was prior to switching. Awesome. A lot better. Looks and sounds great here. I'm still as handsome as ever, so that's all that matters. So tonight I started getting this thing fired up about 7:30, and Amy Dudley, thank you.
Is that Austin 5?
Gotta be. I would hope so. Probably. What's up? Oso's Barbecue. Used to see your head on a 65-inch. Yeah. Late as always.
Yep. She said it is some days.
It is some days.
I'm right there with you.
Well, Miss Amy, you're a lucky lady. You got a good man there. Yeah, she's mine sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna try to make a long story short, but it's probably gonna be a long story that's gonna be long. But 7:30, we tried to get on here, and I don't know what happened with YouTube, or I don't know if it is us switching back to switching internet deals, but I tried to do the live stream just like I've always done it. I went to live stream and tried to schedule it for later, which I always do. And usually there's a thing down there, a button down there at the bottom says continue or whatever. Well, that button wasn't showing up, and it was asking me to punch in. What was it asking me to punch in?
An encoder.
Some kind of encoder code and all that stuff. And I've never had to do any of that before. And neat. It probably was user error. There's no doubt about it, Dave. Thank you for that. But needless to say, there was a few choice words that were said, and restarting computers and starting a video and deleting a video and all that mess. So anyway, we finally got it working. I'll do a lot more practicing before Sunday morning comes around, but oh, excuse me. But he's so much luckier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll agree with that. I agree with that. Um, yeah, Mark. And if YouTube is screwing around with it and stuff, I wish they would just leave the crap alone. You know, it's working fine for me.
Then you sound like a duck.
So,
When you sneeze.
I heard YouTube changed some algorithms over the weekend, and channel I watched had problems also. Okay, well, maybe it wasn't me, but you know, leave the damn thing alone. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Leave it alone. Anyway, we're on here, so that's all that matters. Spending some time with you guys and all that. So now we'll give you a short rundown on what happened with the internet stuff. So y'all know that we changed to
Yeah, Jace wants to know what we had.
we chased we had Comcast, Xfinity, whatever you want to call it. We changed to Alltel. No, not Alltel. AT&T, and it was $40 cheaper. But this is a lesson in cheaper is not always better, and the grass is not always greener. Because neither one of those was the case. AT&T sucked basically. Let me tell you what happened, and again, I'll try to make it quick. But we told Mike Tabor, good to see you, my man. Mike Tabor, I can't even believe I'm going to say this, but I've missed you, man. So we switched to AT&T, but I told them exactly what we were doing. I told them I had a YouTube channel. We upload videos. We do live streams. Is this program going to be able to, handle all this? Absolutely, Mr. Smith, it's going to do it all. Well, that was a damn lie, because y'all saw what the live streams were, right? They were freezing up. They looked terrible and all that stuff. Well, the frog leg and fish video with the Watchman Stove that I did, it was about 12 minutes long. I go and start to upload that video. Usually a 12-minute video takes about 30 to 45 minutes to upload. Well, this 12-minute video took 13 hours to upload. I started that night, and
It's like
several hours later, we're getting ready to go to bed, and it's at like 25%.
It's like 9:30 the next morning.
So I just set the computer down. We went to bed, got up the next morning, all night long. It was at 76%. Went to work, and probably about 9 o'clock that morning, I checked it, and it was finally downloaded. So 13 hours roughly to upload a 12-minute video. So I called them back, said a few choice words there, and again, not an American that I was talking to. And so he sends out a technician. The technician gets here. He checks the system. Man, your system's running great. I mean, it's like exceeding what you're supposed to get. What's the problem? So I tell him, the download stuff is fine, but the upload stuff is awful. And so I told him what I was doing, and he started laughing. He said, yeah, you don't have near enough upload speed for what you're wanting to do. I said, well, I explained to the guy on the telephone, and he said it would be perfect. So he said, well, let me call this other guy that knows more about upload stuff more than I do and see what he says. So he calls him right in front of me and tells him what my problem is. And I can hear the guy laughing to him over the phone. He's like, yeah, that ain't going to work. He didn't have near enough upload speed for that. So I called that idiot back that I talked to, and the guy from India was named Roger, which I didn't know that Rogers lived there, but my daddy was named Roger, but he was from Tennessee. So I told Roger that it was going to get canceled. And he tried to get me to run around. No, it's going to get canceled. So we canceled it. I called Xfinity back, and now we have Xfinity again. It's really supposed to be even faster than what we did have. So it should be really good. So that's the short story of our internet fiasco. So now we're back. Hopefully we won't have any more problems other than figuring out what YouTube was doing with the live stream stuff. But I'll get that figured out before Sunday, and we'll get back rocking and rolling like we were. So yeah, that's as short as I can make it, Mark. That's all I got, man. So how's the new school year going? Jace, you're gonna start making me drink liquor. We do have some Iron Bean coffee tonight, but it's terrible, man. To be honest with you, Brandy's a lot happier with her school year than I am with mine. I just hate it. I hate it. It's not. I don't agree with how we're doing things. I don't agree with the way the education system's doing things. I don't agree with the discipline or lack thereof. I don't agree with the parents of these kids. A lot of the parents. The whole ball of wax. I got into education to coach, and now that I'm not coaching, I'm the wrong man for the job, probably, with my personality. And I need to do something else. I want to I want to get into it with a grill company or something. I want to cook. I want to barbecue. I wish I could have my own restaurant or something, but I can't afford that. Cooking, coaching, or being a Marine is my favorite. That's what I was meant to do. It wasn't dealing with a crying, snotty 6-year-old that wants his mama. That ain't me. But it's something I got to deal with until I find something else. So it is what it is right now. But thanks for asking, Jace. I appreciate that.
Jace, I love my 22 babies. We're doing good. We got a good class.
Smoky Joe Barbecue, I appreciate that. If you will, God bless you. We made it back. So please hit that thumbs up. 31 of you in here. We got 9 thumbs up. Let's make it 31 so we can start this reunion back right. Thank you, guys.
Mike, we started late, so you're good. He had some difficulties with getting on live stream.
I think YouTube has some difficulties. We were right on the money, but it looks like they've kind of screwed it around a little bit. But
Mark, that's very true.
Oh man, Dog Father, good to have you in the house. Appreciate you, brother. So, with all that said, I really want to say thank you to all of you out there for sticking with us, hanging in there till we got this internet stuff fixed. I was bummed out, angry, and disappointed, and all that stuff. That number one, we were trying to do live streams, and they look like crap. And I hate stuff when it doesn't work right. She'll tell you that I hate stuff that doesn't work right, and I get bent out of shape about it. But at the same time, I would rather not do it at all than to do it crappy. So I'm glad we're back and doing it the right way. And I'm thankful that I've got all you guys out there, guys and gals out there that support us. And we're waiting on us to get back into it. So thank all of you. That means more to us than you guys know. I mean, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, we've been gone for really 2 weeks, and everybody's left. Nobody's going to be there. But I should have known better, and I appreciate all you guys for hanging in there with us.
Negative Nancy.
Well, I can't help it, I guess. So, good stuff. Good stuff.
Mr. Earl.
Mr. Earl, good to have you. Good to have you. Good to see you. And the boys are going to be back in Bristol this weekend. Should be a good race. Wish we were going, but we're going to have to hang around here. But that's going to be a good one.
We got the truck race tomorrow night.
Truck race tomorrow night. Yeah, that's going to be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That starts a championship.
Of course, I've got grade night tomorrow night until 7 o'clock. So I'm excited about that. More excited than the truck race. You know what I did till you all came back? I was hunkered down in the bunker, hiding from the apocalypse.
Oh gosh, Joe said they've been waiting patiently.
I'm in church getting my praise on. Nothing wrong with that, brother. Nothing wrong with that at all. So, in the meantime, since we've been gone, I did do that Watchman Stove video with the fried fish and frog legs. Frog legs turned out really good. The fish turned out spectacular.
I think we tried to talk about that, didn't we, that Wednesday?
Yeah, we did. We attempted to talk about it for those of you that hung around.
From South Dakota. That's
John, good to have you. South Dakota, good to have you. A barbecue rant needed. What the hell is it with all the people asking, what grill should I buy? What pellet? Mark,
I disagree with the answers they get.
Mark, I agree with you 100%. And we've talked about this before. It's, and I don't know this. This is just my theory, but I think it's a certain age group of guys. I think it's the up and coming generation. It seems like they have to be told what to do, you know? They don't want to decide for themselves. They want to be told what to cook it on, what to cook it with, what temperature to cook it at, how long to cook it, what to season it with, when to take it off, and, you know, everything. The whole aspect of the cook, they want somebody to tell them how to do it. And, I mean, what fun is that? Snowflakes. Bingo, Mike. What fun is that? Figure it out for yourself.
That's too hard.
And that's how you learn, though. That's how you learn. You know, Mark, I'll tell you something else. Another reason why people like to be told how to do something, because if it doesn't turn out right, then they can blame it on the people that told them to do it that way. See, if you don't ask anybody and you just do it yourself, if it turns out wrong, you've only got one person to blame, and that's yourself. Well, we can't do that. We got to have somebody else to blame it on. So if you tell me how to do it and it turns out wrong, well, I'll just blame you because it wasn't my fault. So I think that's the biggest reason why people do that. But more importantly, and Mark, you done got me thinking about that again. Still, the grown men that ask, or I always love this one. I've been thinking about buying X brand grill. Convince me not to. Why in the hell am I going to convince you not to buy something? I don't care if you buy it or not. Why am I going to spend time here trying to convince you not to buy something? And then they always put "and go" at the end, which I love. What man does that? Like that?
I'm a woman, like, and I don't do it.
That hunts and fishes and chews tobacco and spits and drives a truck. Those kind of men don't say, "Hey, what's your favorite meat?" and go. Nobody says that. Nobody says that. I don't know a single person in Georgia that says that.
Have you not seen Facebook?
Well, I don't know any men that my buddies that are on Facebook.
You don't know any of your buddies that are on Facebook that say that?
No.
I mean, I just see women saying it.
No.
I don't say it.
If they did, they wouldn't be my buddy anymore. Matter of fact, by the way, Tim Hayes, mailbag, Tim sent me 2 rubs and 2 sauces. Tim, we've tried both the rubs and one of the sauces. The sauce, the Oklahoma sauce, is it JR?
Mhm. I think.
That sauce, 2 thumbs up. And both of the rubs, but especially the rub that's got the herbs in it, that rub is, I love it. Love it. So, Tim, thank you so much for that. And, uh, and y'all check Tim out on Instagram. He does a lot of great stuff on the Watchman Stove, 67 model. Tim, I hope you don't mind me throwing that out there, but
Kind of too late now.
it's kind of too late now. So, but y'all check Tim out. He does a lot of great stuff on that Watchman Stove and all that. And that's where I first saw him. And man, I appreciate you sending me those rubs and that sauce. I'm dying though to try the habanero. Was it habanero? Is it raspberry habanero?
Something. Yeah, something like that.
I'm dying to try that, but I'm trying to figure out the right meat to put it on. I'm kind of thinking maybe some wings. But anyway, really appreciate that, man. That was cool stuff. And Tim says I see way too many dumbass questions too. And here's the thing about it though, Tim. If you say that, well then you're just basically an a-hole and just don't want to help anybody. It's not that we don't want to help anybody, but at some point you got to help yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I can't remember.
So,
and by the way, there's not going to be any video of me eating frog legs, so y'all can just.
But she did eat some frog legs. Well, you ate a piece of.
I tasted. No, thank you.
I could have ate a bucket of them.
I can't remember who asked that.
They were phenomenal. By the way, Mr. Earl says, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And go. Basically, what they're saying is,
exactly.
It's like the snowflake way of saying, give me your, what's your favorite rub and go. Like, what's your favorite? It's like they can't even ask just, hey, y'all tell me what your favorite rubs are. And let that be it.
No, they have to tell you.
They feel like they have to tell you to go before you're going to answer. That's the stupidest thing.
Guys, grocery.
That's it. Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah.
Hell no, I don't need nobody to tell me to go.
No, that pisses me off.
It burns me up. I want to punch the computer.
Well, I'm sorry, Elvin, but that's not going to happen.
Also says no picture, no proof.
Exactly. Yep. I ate the mess out of some fish now.
That fish was good.
That bass was good.
It was good.
One of my favorites.
It was good. I love the fishtail now. That's my favorite part. You didn't eat a fishtail, did you?
Mm-mm.
I love the fishtail. Nice, crunchy. I love that. Well, Joe, I can tell you,
that is,
if you,
cooker.
I don't know if you've seen the Joe, if you've seen the video yet or not, but these frog legs look like they look like Arnold Schwarzenegger frog legs. I mean, they were huge, beautiful meat on them. They were really good. Disappointed. I was waiting for the behind the scene video.
No, I'm the one that's behind the camera. So.
Well, I gave you a little behind the scene at the end, but it wasn't a Brandy eating the frog legs.
No.
And Eddie did get the PBC. Congratulations, Eddie. And appreciate your support. Glad you're back on here with us. Soft shell crab season here. You'd probably eat some crab, wouldn't you? A little soft shell crab.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you finally got your internet issues fixed. Appreciate that, John. That makes me feel a lot better. I was about ready to cry a while ago when we couldn't get the live stream working, but
you weren't going that route. Crying was nowhere around.
Yeah, that pit barrel cooker. And again, Eddie, I wanna get your opinion on it. For me, it doesn't need anything. It doesn't need temp gauges. It doesn't need anything. It cooks great right out of the box. I don't even care what temp it cooks at. Ribs, off the chain. Let me know what you think about it, and I'm curious to see what you're gonna think about all that.
Fish heads and rice.
No, not doing that.
And go.
And go. And no. Going to cook ribs tomorrow. We'll try without wrapping. Guest cook. Time will be longer. Just keep spritzing till there is a good bend. That's exactly right. That's exactly right, Mr. John. Um, and like with the pit barrel cooker, those last ribs that I did on the pit barrel cooker, I didn't touch them. I put them on there. I hung them, closed the lid, and I think 3 hours and 15 minutes, something like that. They were done. I didn't wrap them. Didn't do anything. I don't even remember if I spritzed them or not.
On the pit barrel?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you did. Is that the day you did those?
But just grab them with the tongs, pull them out with the hook, grab them with the tongs, get a good bend on them. Done. So, Stacy in the Philippines, I saw a guy eating. Yeah, we're not doing the fish heads and rice. I'm still working on my wife. Jason. I need one. Jason, well, she bought that $1,200 mixer. I mean, you could buy like 6, 5, 4 pit barrel cookers.
Don't get him in trouble now.
About 4 pit barrel cookers. Jason, I tell you what I would do if I were you, I would just order it.
You would not.
And then it's too late.
You would not. Don't even say that.
And then you say, babe, look what I got you.
No.
Like with a pink bow or something. Happy Valentine's Day.
It's not even close to Valentine's Day.
Happy Labor Day.
No. Don't do it, Jace. You're going to get yourself in trouble. Don't listen to him. He wouldn't do it either.
I'm here to help.
No, you're here to get people in trouble.
I'm staying all stock. If it needs anything to make it run.
Yes, I'm ready, Eddie.
That's exactly right. Doing bacon burn ends this weekend. That sounds good. Meat candy. Yes, sir. How's the weather in Georgia? 85% humidity here in Richmond, Virginia. Well, it was.
Oh, he's moving to Millen.
It was who?
I'm moving to Millen, Georgia Sunday. I guarantee the internet's going to be non-existent.
Yeah, Millen.
That's where Nate goes all the time.
Joe, that's like what, an hour?
Probably
an hour. Joe, that's only an hour. My son hangs out over in Millen all the time. They got, internet. If you say internet in Millen, you might get kicked out.
Jace, just don't give your wife our address. I don't need her coming here.
Why? She's probably nice.
Yeah, he's going to do it and then blame it on you.
Yeah, Jason, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh, gosh.
We finally pulled the trigger on an Ironwood 650. Outstanding. Guess what was the first thing I cooked on it? Boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I'm starting slow so I can learn. I even had a flame out. But that's the right thing to do. As far as, don't get it and then throw a $200 brisket on there. You know what I'm saying? Start slow and that's the biggest thing. Don't panic. Took care of it and you rock on. I was told I need to get rid of a cooker before I get another. Not happening. I'll hold on to one of them for you, Jace. And then you say you got rid of it. We need to get a Just Piddlin group together for some cooking and fellowship. Just have it in a place with internet. Yeah. That sounds good right there. Yeah. Jason, good to see you. Good to see you. Eddie reminded me of one thing, and this is a good topic that we could cover real quick. And me and my brother talked about it too, and I may do a video on it. But when I did that frog leg and fish cook, I used to have a frying thermometer, so you know how hot your oil is, and I couldn't find it. So I go up here to Ace Hardware. It's the only place in this town that I could get one, and they had some in there. So I get a thermometer, a frying thermometer, oil thermometer, and I bring it back. But something just told me I need to test it to see how accurate it was. Um, so I did. And the boiling water, I did the boiling water test. It's supposed to read around 212, and it was reading about 180, 185. So obviously it wasn't even close to being right. But at that time, it was too late for me to take it back that day, and I was fixing to do the video. So I just compensated for that temperature gap because I wanted to get the oil up to 350. And if it was at 350, but there was a 20-degree gap, then that meant it was going to be around 310, 320 area. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I wanted it in that range. So that's what I did. But I say all that to say this. Temp gauges, whether it's oil temp gauges, whether it's meat probes, whether it's temp probes, anything like that you buy from the store, don't just assume that they're going to be accurate straight out of the box. Um, do an ice bath test or a boiling water test. That way you know how accurate it's going to be. Because if I had not done that, I'd have and waited or tried to get that oil up to 350 on the gauge, they'd have been 400 degrees or higher with the oil. So just be smart about your temp gauges. Use a reliable brand. I didn't have a choice with the brand that I got, but testing those out is always a good idea. So remember that.
Mm.
Just want where we at? Mark, greetings from Maine. They need to get a journal book and write down the steps they're cooked. There is so much information from great sites like yours. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I have seen some people, that log like their cooks, and say what they cooked and what temperature and how long it took them to cook it and all that stuff. And, that's probably a good idea. I just kind of have it in my mind after I've done it for so long of about what certain things are going to take, how long they're going to take, and what temp and all. But I'm a kind of person that I don't always do the same thing over and over out there. I may cook something one time at 250. I may cook something one time at 275 or 300. I may, you know, use different kinds of sauces, use different kinds of rubs, use different kinds of pellets or wood chunks, whatever. So I like experimenting a little bit and just see how it turns out. I still kind of try to use some type of, I like to keep that human element in there. I still like to look at the meat and see if I think that it's getting done too quickly or maybe not quickly enough, or maybe I need to wrap it. Maybe I need to dump, maybe I don't, maybe I need to spritz or add a water bath or whatever. You know what I mean? So I guess what I'm saying is it doesn't have to be a by the book cook, still have fun with it, use your own experiences with it. Just want to say thanks for all your vids. Just purchased my first Traeger and had my first cook. Family loves me now. Thanks again. Well, I'm sure they loved you anyway, but I appreciate that comment and congrats on your first Traeger. And I know you're going to have lots of great cooks on it. Just keep in mind that if that's your first Traeger, especially if that's your first pellet grill, period, it's a different type of cooking process. And I may even make some folks mad when I say this, but I see all kinds of people raving about grill marks on their steaks, and you can't cook a steak on a pellet grill. Some of the best steaks that I have eaten, besides the ones that I've cooked on the Watchman Stove, have come off of a pellet grill. Any of them, the Grilla Grill pellet grills, the Traeger pellet grills, it doesn't really matter. And I didn't have a single sear mark on them. I cooked them low and slow, and marinated them in something maybe like a Worcestershire sauce or a Dale's marinade, and they turned out great. Um, so it's just a different type. I don't ever cook hamburgers anymore on pellet grills the way I do on a charcoal grill, like hot and fast, sizzling, sear marks, and all that. On all my pellet grills, I cook my hamburgers usually around 275 until they're done, and it gives it a nice smoky mahogany color, real good moisture, and it's just a different type of cooking. So just kind of keep that in mind. My dad always threw a match in the oil as it was getting hot, and once the oil was hot enough to light the match, he'd start frying. That's interesting. My mom, she'd always take a little pinch of flour and throw in there, and if that flour sizzled, that's when she knew it was ready to fry. Everybody has their own different methods. But do you mean to tell me that a $5 thermometer, I wish it was $5. Ace Hardware here in Claxton, Georgia, it was $12.99. So I need to go get $7 back. I keep reading about no flip burgers on pellet grills, but haven't tried it yet. I I hardly ever flip burgers anymore on my pellet grills, ever. It's really not needed. Um, on and if you really think about it, the traditional charcoal grill hamburger, the reason why you're flipping them is because if you don't, that one side is going to get burnt. But on a pellet grill, number one, you've got that drip pan underneath it, so it's kind of like indirect cooking. It is indirect cooking. But also, I'm cooking them at 275, not 475. So at 275 indirect, there's no need at all to flip. Uh, there's no chance of any kind of burning or anything like that that's going to take place. So I always just keep it just like it is. I don't flip it. And then if you want a presentation, when you take them off, that bottom half is going to have the grill. The You're going to see where it was on the grill as far as grill marks go, and then you can put that up if you want to. But I don't ever flip burgers anymore, hardly ever, and they always turn out great. Nice little smoke ring on them and everything. After smash burgers and trying no flip burgers again on the pellet grill, I'll never make a no flip again. But that's just personal preference. But both are great in my opinion. Smash burgers and trying no flip burgers. Yeah. Now, a smash burger, first of all, they're two totally different burgers. But my all-time favorite is probably smash burgers. Just that diner type flavor, and you get the little crust around the edge, and just that flavor. I don't know what it is about a smash burger on a flat top or something, but it's really good. Um, but I like the no flip burgers too. It just kind of depends on what kind of mood you're in. You know what I mean, and what you want to cook on. I also put them on my pellet grill, partly frozen. Turns out great. And I've seen an experiment where um, a guy goes from completely thawed room temperature to thawed but straight out of the refrigerator to partly frozen and then frozen steaks. And there was really very little difference at all in the end product. So, I mean, a lot of people was going to say, oh, you can't cook a frozen steak. That's blasphemy and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if the product is really the same, and in this test, it pretty much was the same. You really couldn't tell much difference at all. You know, don't knock it till you try it, I guess. Cooper the Great, great to have you, man. Thanks so much for your support. Thanks for hanging out with us, and thanks for hanging in with us, Vincent, good to have you tonight. Brother Mark, thanks so much for stopping in with us. Appreciate you more than you know. All of you guys mean the world to us. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Also, on that fish and frog leg cook, I did use some of that Baltic charcoal that Robert sent. Worked phenomenal. Um, really cool product. That was good stuff. I just did that with my brisket Saturday. It was still a little frozen in the middle when I threw it in the Pit Boss Copperhead. Came out amazing. Yeah, and I mean sometimes you got to do that. Sunday I cooked too. And here's something else that a lot of people frown upon. Go Irish, Mike says. Um,
Love it.
Brother Earl, thank you very much, man. Thank you so much. You just being in here is enough, but I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. By the way, on that note, we are at like we're creeping up on 9,800, 4,800 subscribers, and 5,000. We're going to do a pretty good giveaway. We're still gotten some things in the works, but it's going to be really good. Probably maybe a little overkill for a 5,000 subscriber deal, but it's going to be good. So I'll keep you guys in the loop as far as that goes. But again, we wouldn't be at 4,800 almost without all of you and y'all sharing it and telling other people and all that stuff. So thank all of you. Jeff, good to have you tonight. Earl, really appreciate that. But I did 2 pork butts Sunday, and I caught them on sale. They were in a double pack. Mike Tabor, thank you, man. I appreciate you being here. I missed seeing that. Look at Mike.
I know it.
I miss seeing his old mug up there on the screen.
He's a mess.
But I caught them on sale for $1.28 a pound, and they were in 2-pack, a twin pack, 2 8-pound butts. So I cooked both of them. I cooked those on the Silverbac. I took the Silverbac for a walk, by the way, Elvin. I cooked the other stuff on the Silverbac.
Yeah.
What I cook on that? I did some
Meatballs.
bacon wrapped meatballs. I did some chicken thighs, and I did some mushrooms on the Silverbac. I took it for a walk,
Saturday.
and then I rolled it back in. I got to do some maintenance on the old Silverbac. It's starting to leak oil from around the cap on the exhaust, and the exhaust is starting to get a little gummed up. So I'm gonna have to take that apart and burn it out and put it back together. But so then I cooked the 2 pork butts on the 780 and took both of them off, pulled one of them apart. Jace, appreciate that, man. Bless y'all.
Oh, hell.
You should have used that for the old PBC, Jace. Let me know how that turns out, Jace. I had nothing to do with it, by the way.
Oh, no, he's blaming you.
I appreciate that, Jace. Thank y'all so much.
He's blaming you.
Pulled one of them. We ate on it for 2 days, but then the other one we shredded, and we got 2 what are those quarter-gallon size bags? 2 gallon size Ziploc bags, and divided them in half, and got all the air out, zipped them up really tight, rolled them, and then put them in the freezer. So we've got some pulled pork in 2 separate divided containers for later. So don't knock doing some barbecue and then putting some in the freezer, because you can always use some, whether it's pulled chicken, pulled pork, brisket, whatever the case may be. You can also always put some in the freezer, use it for chili, use it for tacos, anything during the week. Take it out. You've got something already cooked for supper. Makes supper a lot easier. So don't knock all that stuff, because it turns out great. So Anthony, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. Glad y'all are here. I just learned how to watch you on my TV. Oh, Lord. That might be a mistake there. Cheers to you on your TV. So those turned out great. Doug, good to have you. Thank you for Silverbac videos after a year and two. I appreciate that, Doug. You know, I enjoyed doing those videos, and they were easy to do because I I just roll the grill out there and kind of, for the most part, let it speak for itself. And this past weekend when I cooked on it, I was looking at it again, and man, I see some pictures on Facebook of some of these guys that their silverbacks are 6 months old, and it looks like they just pulled it out of a junkyard. I mean, they're so nasty and grimy, and I just couldn't do that. I can't do that. And it's not like I spend an hour every weekend cleaning my grills. It takes 5 minutes. I got some stainless steel cleaner and a rag, and when I start it up, I go out there and spray it, wipe it off, and that's it. But my grill still looks fairly new to be 2.5 years old. But I mean, it's cooking great, you know. Like I say, I need to take the chimney off. It's starting to get a little gummed up inside the chimney. I'll probably take it off and get me a little torch and burn it out. Get all that grease out of there, and might even throw it in the dishwasher or something. And then the cap. But that's really all it needs. So still really, really enjoying that silverback, and again, that's the old one. There was no stainless steel in it whatsoever on the inside, but it's still holding up great. So I have thrown around the idea of taking that alpha controller off of the Chimp and putting it on the silverback and swapping them, because I really cook on the silverback more. But then I got to thinking, there's really no reason for me to do that because I don't ever use the PID mode anyway. So there's really not much point. So I'm just going to keep it like it is. Appreciate you watching though, Doug. Thank you. And I'm glad they were some help to you.
Okay, y'all need to give me some ideas if y'all want another dessert video.
You need to have a 90-inch 4K television to really appreciate the Piddlin live show. Yeah, that really brings out the facial features and all that, don't you think?
I bet. I don't even want to see myself on something that big.
Mine is only a 65. Man, y'all are big time. We've got like our biggest TV is like a 47-inch.
And oh gosh, pumpkin pie. Ugh.
You don't like pumpkin pie?
No.
Really?
I can make a pumpkin.
I love pumpkin pie.
I could do a pumpkin pie.
What about a cheesecake?
I could do a cheesecake. Smoked pecan pie.
Ooh.
That would be good.
Who said that? Austin, that's what I'm talking about.
Smoked cheesecake. I got a cheesecake
Smoked
recipe.
Pecan pie. Wow.
Also, well, you did the correct cake.
There's nothing keto friendly about that.
No, there's not anything keto friendly about desserts because I'm not doing keto desserts.
Well, if you do a smoked
chocolate pecan pie,
ugh, that's even better.
Cookie with vanilla bean ice cream or something like that. Oh my God.
Y'all got to quit all that.
Wait a minute, I got to write some of this stuff down. Then I got to find some recipes.
Pecan pie does sound terrific. I'll make a deal with you.
Oh, Eddie.
Eddie, brother, you don't have to do that, my man. Bless you, man. Smoke on, brother.
Skillet cookie. Mike, you need to stop.
Eddie, I wish we lived closer. We'd have a. First of all, our meat bills would be off the chain because we'd probably weigh about 400 pounds a piece, but we'd have a good time doing it. That'd be good stuff. I'll make a deal with you. If you make a smoked pecan pie, I'll sacrifice and I'll eat it for us.
Oh my God, I'm gonna eat it too.
But it's not keto friendly.
I don't care.
Okay? I don't want you to be unhealthy. I'll take it. I'll take one for the team.
Whatever. If I'm making it, I'm getting at least a piece.
Pecan, chocolate
Alright,
pecan
pumpkin
pie.
pie,
I've had a
so-
chocolate pecan pie before. It was amazing.
I might have to do the pumpkin pie closer to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Or Halloween. Halloween. We're gonna have pumpkins anyway. Mr. Earl, I appreciate you, man. Mike says, hell, I'm pushing 400 now. Now, Mike, those big TVs make you look bigger now. I probably look huge.
What kind of cookie? Like sugar? I wasn't asking you.
Oh.
Baked caramel apples.
What?
Oh, that'd be good. Chocolate chunk. Oh, don't tell Andrew because she'll be over here.
Baked caramel apples for Halloween.
I got it.
Yeah, all of us, man. Austin, Eddie, Jace, Mike, all of y'all. We need to just get together and pick a central location. Just all of us move there, and then we could just have we would have our own community, like gated.
Well, Jace just moved to Texas, right? Jason's
Yeah.
in Texas now. Austin's in Texas. We just need to go to Texas.
Eddie's halfway there already. He's in Louisiana.
Beef skin.
Yeah, and Austin's a police officer there, so we wouldn't have to worry about getting in trouble or nothing.
I'm not going to bail you out, so.
Well, Austin's got to cover 900 square miles by itself anyway, so.
Louisiana. Ambrose, Georgia.
Ambrose. Where's Ambrose?
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
I've heard of it. Anthony, we've talked about this before, haven't we? Where's Ambrose?
And Mike's in Ohio.
Yeah, Mike's around.
So that could be Halloween. This could be Thanksgiving.
Mike, you're in Cleveland or Cincinnati? Cincinnati. You in Cincinnati?
What about a red velvet cake for Christmas?
It just got worse around here too. We lost 2 deputies.
Just Indiana.
What do you mean you lost 2 deputies, Austin? Indiana, Jeff Reed, Indiana. Cincy. I'm in Monroe, Ohio. Pretty close to you, Mike. 3 hours from Savannah. 1 hour from Valdosta. So that's so probably about 3 hours from us. 2 hours from us. Friendly way of saying.
Don't put him on the.
I could be a police officer, Austin.
Never.
What? Why?
No. You'd be kicked off the force.
What in the world?
Because you'd be beat somebody up.
I wouldn't beat them up. I might tase them.
No.
Get on your face.
Quit.
Make them do the funky.
Gary's in Nebraska.
Make them do the funky chicken.
Will you stop? Lord help. I think I'll do cheesecake next. I'll do a cheesecake.
Live in Nebraska, a long way. Yeah, that's a good piece there. Yeah.
Oh, they have an age limit.
Who?
You're too old to be a police officer.
They have an age limit. What the piss?
I love it.
I'm still
Whatever.
spring chicken.
Okay.
They must not
Oh.
know.
Yeah. So I'll do a cheesecake. Nobody said anything about the red velvet cake.
Yeah, Mike, that's why I was careful about how I asked that, Mike. That didn't sound good there for a minute. Oh, by the way, uh, hadn't had opportunity to talk about Harley for a while. He's out in Utah right now with his job with Traeger, and they are treating him to a white water rafting little trip down a river out there in Utah. So hope things are going well for him. Hope he stayed in the boat and
In a raft.
raft,
In
whatever.
the boat.
Well, technically a raft is a boat.
Well, it ain't called boat.
Whitewater boating.
Yeah. Whitewater boat.
Utah is beautiful. I agree with you.
Fried apple fritters.
Watchman Stove, cast iron pot, fried apple fritters.
Oh, he's from Moultrie.
Sean Berry, hello from Moultrie, Georgia. When I was in high school, they probably still do down there in Moultrie, because in Moultrie, that's all they do is farm down there. But they used to have that big expo down there. Of course, me and one of my high school buddies, we just went down there to the expo to get free tobacco from all the tobacco vendors down there. You could just walk through there and they just hand you pouches of Lancaster and Levi Garrett and Red Man and all that. We come back with sack loads full of free tobacco.
Nobody said anything about a red velvet cake.
We don't need a red velvet cake.
That's Christmas time. I'm gonna make a red velvet cake at Christmas.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter what they say then, babe.
I know, but I just want to know if they want a video on it.
Mike does. So, this is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What we got going on this weekend? Anything?
Mm-mm.
No. So we'll probably do a video this weekend of something. Have no idea what. I do know that our outstanding grocery store up here in town is having a big meat sale, so I may go up there maybe Friday and check it out. And my sister-in-law Andrea, she come over and just wanted me to be sure that I knew that they were having a meat sale up there at our grocery store today. So I may go have to check it out Friday and see what they got up there, see what kind of deals they got, and see what I can come up with this weekend for a good cook to film. So whatever y'all are cooking this weekend, y'all let me know what y'all are cooking. Y'all post some pictures or videos or send me a picture on Messenger or something, and I'll try to start getting back to you guys. Since our internet mess has been so messed up, it's been kind of difficult for me to like reply back and forth to people and stuff, but I'm gonna try to start doing better with that again and all that. So banana bread.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wrote it down. Anthony said he's done that. I think he said that. Yeah.
By the way,
Mike, cheesecake will be the next dessert video.
Anthony, if y'all like Gary, if y'all like banana bread, y'all also need to check out my video. I did it a good while back, but if you search on my channel, crack cake, just it'll take you to that video. But it's Brandy's recipe, but I actually did it and cooked it on the pellet grill. Turned out phenomenal.
It's like a coffee cake.
It's like a coffee cake.
It's very good.
To me, it reminds me kind of like a carrot cake without the carrots. I think it would be great with nuts.
Yeah.
And it would be more like banana bread. But if you like banana bread, check out that crack cake video that I did on the pellet grill and just make it one time. You make it in a bundt pan and then just turn it over, dump it out. And phenomenal. So y'all look that up and give it a try. It's great.
Austin's working this weekend.
Well, Austin, stay cool and stay safe out there, man.
It's been awful.
Mike says nana bread.
Yeah. I wrote that down too. So
Mike, I think
Overcome.
I think you're secretly from the South. What I'm thinking. Really, Anthony, it's phenomenal. One of the moistest
easy.
cakes I've ever had.
Texas sheet cake.
It's one of my favorite cakes, and I love cake. So
I'll look that up, Austin.
Texas sheet cake, fat casserole.
Oh, I haven't done one of those in a while either. I could do that. That's yeah.
Fat casserole is amazing as well. Tell them what's in fat casserole. How you make fat casserole. It's really simple. It's nothing. I mean, it's almost so simple. It's
Am
real.
I gonna tell them or are you gonna tell them?
It's not even a recipe, but I'll let you tell them, babe.
It is just a roll of crescent rolls on the bottom, then cream cheese, sugar, and vanilla mixed up in the middle, and then another crescent roll on top with cinnamon and sugar on top, and then you bake it till the crescent rolls are done. Very simple.
Now I got a question.
What?
Why you say it like that?
Because you're
Is
a smart
it
tail.
is it crescent or croissant?
I say it the way I want to say it.
I'm asking.
I say crescent roll.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
Croissant. That's not what it says on the package.
Crescent.
Thank you. So why are you asking? What's tied up that made it? David Cooper.
Was in the grocery store and saw you went live. Was tied up, but made it. We almost didn't make it, David. We were a little late ourselves, having a little technical issues, but we got them worked out. So now we're back. A red velvet cake and go. God Almighty.
I've already got my list of when I'm doing everything. So every holiday, y'all look for a video because I'll do a holiday dessert.
Eddie Hanks, that went from a fist bump to a throat punch.
Thank you, Kyle.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, crescent rolls.
Yeah, so don't ask any more questions.
I was asking for the masses. I knew what the answer was.
Yeah.
Sopapilla cheesecake. Yeah. That's what Austin calls it, sopapilla cheesecake. Yeah, see, sopapilla. Nobody around here, Austin. See, that's a little uppity around there where Texas is at.
Mm-hmm.
Down here, sopapilla, they'd look at you cross-eyed. They wouldn't know what you're talking about. But fat casserole, that fits right in around here. Earl said, Eddie, I just learned what and go means. Oh, man.
I love making a red velvet cake.
I love eating it.
They're good. That and carrot cake and crack cake. Those are my three. I've been wanting to make
What was the middle one?
Cake. Carrot.
I
got a key lime pie.
Key lime cake. Off the chain.
Mm-hmm. I've got that recipe too.
And I like the key lime so twangy that it'll lock your jaws. Mm-hmm. Love it.
All right, so I have the rest of my year planned of desserts.
Eddie, best cake ever, and go. Oh God, I'll be saying that the rest of the week.
Gosh, you might get throat punch.
And go.
I might could do. Let's be next.
I was thinking about doing some chicken or something this weekend. Convince me not to.
Oh, stop. Oh, my God. He needs to
Oh,
get
I
a
love it.
bed
I love it. You can see snowflakes falling everywhere now.
with a 780. David needs a sticker.
I need one of your stickers for the 780. David, let me know what you want, man. Let me know what you want, and I'll have it done by the weekend. Sure will. Was it Robert that got that one made for his 780?
I can't remember.
Or was it John? No. Was it John?
Maybe I don't
Was it Mr. John? I think it was Mr. John. I think it was Mr. John. Maybe. It's croissant, as seen on Alex.
Justin.
Justin, what's going on, brother? Glad you made it. We were holding out until you made it in here, man. Good to have you. Good to see you. You've been cooking some good stuff too, or eating some good stuff. Definitely good to see all of you guys. I'm going to start saying it for everything.
Oh my God. No, you're not. I'm telling you. You're not doing that. Texas.
Convince me not to.
I'm about to elbow you in the throat. Texas.
That and go must be a Facebook thing. I don't do Facebook. There's way too much drama there. That's very true. That's very true. Justin Stanley, brother. Weekly stipend, make up for the lost time. You don't have to do that, man. That was our fault. I ought to be sending you the 30 for missing those weeks. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Check the salmon slab I just did on the Traeger on Instagram. I'll do it. Cast iron crafted. I will do it, man. You got that down there at Cast Iron Crafted.
Austin, do you eat those Texas sheet cakes with the pecans on top?
Justin, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. And David, I love salmon. We love salmon. Good, fresh salmon is hard to beat. Really hard to beat.
And mixing the cake as
You
well.
should now be. Indeed, Brother Earl. Indeed. Thank you all very much. Tonight shows. Well, Eddie, I appreciate that. And you are right. But I hope all of you guys know, and gals, how much we appreciate y'all. Again, it bothered me so much not being able to do these with the internet issues that we were having. And
Oh, he just ate some swordfish.
it's such a relief knowing that you guys are still out there. I can't tell you or put into words what that means. So truly appreciate it. Again, I mean, seems like I say it almost every live stream, but we truly have some of the best subscribers on all of YouTube. And I believe that with all my heart. So very lucky and very blessed. When we started this channel, had no idea where it was going to go, and or if we'd get 50 subscribers, 5 subscribers that weren't family members. But
I was your first.
You were, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
And but it's still growing and growing faster and faster. So and we owe it all to you guys. So thank y'all very much. Y'all are what keep us going. So and I agree with you, David, because It's very easy to get too much smoke on that salmon if you're not careful.
Oh, this is the.
Huh?
It's green. Justin, you don't have this shirt?
I don't know. What did he say? I need that Piddlin shirt.
It was the St. Patrick's Day one.
Yeah.
You have the St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah.
We have some left.
Justin, what size will you need? And we'll get one in the mail to you. Good people find good people. Amen, Brother Earl. Very true.
Medium.
Very true.
This is Instagram.
That is very true.
Justin, it's a medium.
Justin, you've already, huh?
We don't have any medium.
Look and see what we got. Now Justin, they run a little small now. I don't know if we have any more medium, but we probably got some large. She's looking right now. She had to go to the warehouse, get a forklift, and look up on the mezzanine level.
We just have a large and then 2 eggs. Yeah, 2 eggs.
Well, we can send them in large.
This is a medium.
Yeah, he says large is fine. We'll send him a large.
Okay.
Justin, you more than paid for that shirt, brother. My account is private, but would love to have you check it out. Definitely do that. We'll do that as soon as we. Well,
Who is
hey,
it?
David, what's that?
Oh, that cast iron crafted. Instagram.
Yeah. Boom. Got it. Yeah, that's right. Very good.
No, you do not, Justin. No, sir.
The weekend morning live feeds are a gem. I can have it running in the background while I set the golf course up. That's awesome.
Good night, Mr. John.
Mr. John, thank you so much. Yes, sir. Thank you. Well, we'll definitely be back Sunday, and we'll probably be doing it out on the back porch again. So that'll be all good. Very good.
So you got that?
Yeah. I just requested. Not golfing. I got an eagle 3 weeks ago. Come on, Mike.
That's cool.
Putt putt doesn't count, Mike. You know he was on putt putt?
On the Kamado Joe.
Yes. Turned out phenomenal. And I'll be honest with you, it's just as easy as doing it on a pellet grill, really. I mean, I don't have any issue doing anything on the Kamado Joe that I do on a pellet grill. And it's really as easy. One's just as easy as the other, to be honest with you. Now, how I set it up is different, though. I put the heat deflector in that divide and conquer system. So I start my fire, let my fire starter burn all the way down, and then I'll put the divide and conquer system in there with the heat deflectors in there. And I get me a tinfoil pan, fill it up with some apple cider or apple cider vinegar, cut it with a little water, but I fill it up. And then I'll put that pan on top of the heat deflector, then put my grill grate and my Boston butt. That way, that pan acts as a drip pan for my drippings to fall into, but then the heat is going to evaporate some of that water and apple cider or apple cider vinegar, whatever you want to put in there. I've used beer before. and so it keeps a moist environment in there as well. And that's how I do it. I still do it. You could do it and not wrap it, or you could do it just like I do on the pellet grill. Take it about 165 internal, and then wrap it, and then you could kick the heat up a little bit to 300 degrees or so, and go ahead and finish it off. But turns out amazing. I mean, I love that thing. I love it. If I'll be totally honest with you, overall, that's probably the funnest cooker that I have besides the Watchman stove. The only difference is I can't turn the Kamado Joe into a bonfire after we get through cooking on it like I can the Watchman stove. So, wow, yeah, I bet he did light it up. That would be phenomenal just to watch. I got a 3 on a par 5 and a 7 on a par 3. Yeah, well, that sounds like about how we would probably be neck and neck on the golf course. Everyone that's had the pulled pork the way you did it has been blown away. Do the tacos the same way you do, and people can't believe it. We just had the tacos, well, Monday. I bought some. I did pulled pork tacos Monday. I love pulled pork tacos. Love them, and you can even turn them really into a chimichanga if you take that pulled pork and put any other fillings that you want in there, and then fold the ends up and roll it up, and then get a cast iron skillet with a little oil in it, and then fry them on both sides. And it's almost like a chimichanga. It's just not deep fried, but it gets a little texture on that tortilla. Turns out really good. I find I use a third of the jar of AP rub. Yeah, you really can't use too much rub on a pork butt because you're really just seasoning the outside. All the internal meat is not getting seasoned. But say for an 8 pound butt, you're really probably only seasoning, maybe a pound or two of it. So, um, it's really hard to over season a pork butt like that.
Mike, I could do that. He's got spinach and crab dip, but I got that
Oh yeah,
spinach and artichoke dip
yeah.
that I do.
You could do spinach, crab, and artichoke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be really good.
Wow.
Stuffed pork tenderloin wrapped in bacon, and use apple pie filling to stuff the tenderloin. I haven't used the apple pie filling. I've just used, or actually Harley
Mm-hmm.
stuffs his a lot with just quartered apples. He'll stuff those and then wrap them in bacon and truss them up, and that's always really good. But yeah, apple pie filling would definitely work.
Mm-hmm. Mm. That would be good.
Diva is coming. Man, that sounds awesome. Smoke the smoke show in Toronto in September. It sounds like it'd be a great time. Yeah,
Yeah, because you got that apple and then the bacon.
and most of the time the apple pie filling has cinnamon and stuff in it too, doesn't it? Maybe
Yeah, yeah.
you could always add it if not. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
About ready.
We've got some ideas, don't we?
9:40.
All right, guys, we've been on here an hour and 20 minutes. Sorry we were late, but we'll get all that figured out before Sunday. Definitely be on again Sunday morning at 7 a.m. And we'll definitely do a video this weekend or before then, probably this weekend though, now that we're back at work. is the Fogo charcoal. I've never used that, Justin. Um, I've used rockwood probably the most, but then that charcoal that I just got, um, look back at that Watchman Stove video that I just did because I used some in it, and I put a link up there for that. Check that out too. That was really good charcoal. Um, those are the big two lumps that I've used. Now I used Royal Oak lump charcoal a lot too, but I just like that rockwood a heck of a lot better.
Good night, Dean.
All right, guys, we're
He said
gonna.
he used it tonight
Oh yeah.
when he cooked the swordfish.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, guys. So we're going to go tonight. I can't tell you enough how much we appreciate all of you hanging in there with us. Glad we're back. Glad everything's working right like it should. Feel a lot better about that. And now we can keep moving forward and get these live streams going again, get the videos back going again, and all that. So appreciate all of you. I hope all of you have a rest of the week. Thanks once. Have a great rest of the week. That's what I said.
No, you left what kind of a week out of there?
A great one. Have a just piddling week.
Yeah.
So thank all of you. Can't thank you enough.
Thanks for everything, guys.
Austin, be safe out there. Mike Tabor, don't work too hard. No more hole-in-ones.
Austin, that sounds good.
And Mike, I still want to see a video on that hole-in-one, by the way. So
Good night, Mike.
good night to all of you, and until next
Good night,
time.
Stephen.
Stephen, bless you, brother. Still praying for you. Jason, thank you. Until next time, we'll be piddling.